Hello mirrors. So today I'm going to be doing a general and a love reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you're new here, welcome to Law of Attractions and Mirrors Tarot, where we use the cards as a tool to help integrate the fragments of ourselves into one so we can self-actualize into the people we were born to become. With this knowledge, we can begin to manifest all of our deepest desires if we simply take responsibility for our power. If you're new here, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'd love to have you here. And if you're interested in a private reading, that information will be down below. All decks that I use in this video will be linked down below, as well as decks that are included in all my videos. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to do things a little bit differently today. I'm going to start off with a general reading, and then halfway through I'm going to just go over to the love reading, so I'm able to do both this month. The timestamps will be down below, so you can go directly to your reading if you're interested in just the love portion or general, whatever you're interested in. But we're going to start off with general, and this is going to be very intuitive. Whatever comes out, whatever I feel drawn to picking as far as oracle decks or tarot cards. There's not like going to be a set type of thing going on this month. So we have King of Swords, Page of Cups, Ace of Coins in the reverse. Okay. So I am going to get clarification for each of these. I do find this interesting that we have two pages and a king, and then pentacles. So you guys might actually be dealing with a father figure. You may be a man involved with some children. This may actually, I mean, this doesn't have to be what this is about, but for a few of you that might actually be the case. Maybe a couple of children, and it doesn't have to be a father, a man or a father figure. Kings don't have to be men or women. So the King of Swords is clarified by the King of Pentacles. Wow. The Page of Swords is clarified by the Ace of Wands in the reverse. The Page of Cups is clarified by the Hermit in the reverse. And then the Ace of Coins, which is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, is clarified by the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So many court cards, guys. You know, I'm not sure what having a ton of court cards in a reading would represent. It could mean that there are a lot of people in your life this month. It could mean that you are dealing with energy that is very mature, because once you get into the court cards, it's a maturation of the energy from what, you know, the ace to 10 of each suit. So these are more masters, especially when we're looking at kings and queens. So let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So more than half the cards are court cards, which I find interesting. And then we have 2 aces. And the only major arcana we have is the Hermit in the reverse. So right off the bat, this is just very interesting coming up. So King of Swords, clarified by the King of Pentacles. So I feel like maybe this month you're coming into this energy of being determined. We have 2 kings. Like, kings are the absolute master of what they want. So we have the King of Swords, which is mental energy, communication, speaking, the intellectual side. And then we have King of Pentacles, which is like actual real life, bringing things down into the earthly plane and actually making things tangible. Okay, so with the King's here, I feel like this is your energy coming into September. You're basically ready. I feel like, even though I don't really get a lot of negative sense from this card, it almost feels like you're just tired of the old ways and you're ready to start something new. I feel like maybe you're not quite content where you've been, and you know, you're not just content with having a little bit. I think you're ready to change your mindset to move forward, so you can actually have like everything you want, be the King of Pentacles, and be very aligned with your mental energy and, you know, what you want to create in real life. So for example, if your dream has always been to travel the world, and your mental state is like, oh, I'm poor, traveling the world is XYZ, it's very difficult, it costs money, I'm never going to be able to do it, I have too many ties here. If that's where your mind is, you're not actually going to be able to manifest this. But since this is upright, I really feel like you're about to align your energy to be that King of Pentacles. Then we have the Page of Swords. Again, we have the intellectual, but Page is a lot more immature. So we have the Page of Swords with the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So it might be that your way of thinking has been kind of immature. It was not in alignment with what you came here to do, what you came here to create, your blueprint, your spiritual blueprint, your life purpose. It just doesn't necessarily seem aligned with that. Maybe you've been having these thoughts for a long time that led you to creating a lot less than your potential. And I think you're starting to realize this month. Page of Cups in the reverse Page of Cups with a Hermit in reverse, like I said, with all of the court cards here, you may actually be spending a lot of time with a lot of people or reconnecting with other people, or someone might be coming into your space. It just really gives me this feeling like you're not going to be alone this month. So this doesn't have to be like physically, but it can be just that maybe you're talking to more people are starting to come into your life in September in order to kind of stir up some concept of feeling like you want more. Sometimes you need other people there to kind of light your spark, because with the Page of Cups, this is like a little offering of love, and it doesn't have to be romantic love, of course. So if somebody that you love is coming back into your life, and doesn't mean romantically, or you're reconnecting, then this month you could feel really thankful for their presence, and they could spark some interest in you, maybe giving you an idea of something that maybe a hobby you'd be interested, or kind of let you know a job opportunity, or that kind of thing. Some sort of spark is going to ignite from this other person or other people. Could be a group of people. But then we have the Ace of Coins, which is Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So we have two aces in the reverse, and that is clarified by the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So what this says to me is, maybe with this spark, by the end of the month, it's something that you seem aligned with, because it feels like you're really into this king mode right here, but you aren't able to like plant that seed to start making whatever this is happen, because your emotions are out of alignment. So let me see, what can Leo do to help align their emotions with this Queen of Cups here? This could also be like the people you're around, maybe very emotional, maybe let's see, kind of toxic energy. This could be a female in your life, but whatever it is, it's causing this emotional energy, whether it's from you or someone else or multiple people, is causing it to be difficult to start planting the seed. So I asked for clarification on what you can do to realign yourself, and we have the Tower and the Ace of Cups. So now we have three aces out on the board. One other major arcana. So the Tower being that something may happen to kind of shake things up if you don't feel drawn to plant the seed. So you may have some sudden event happen, some kind of upheaval, but it's all for a good purpose, because after that Tower, because the Tower moment destroys this tower, but this tower is unstable anyway, which is why it can be destroyed. And it's kind of like those huge events in life that when they happen, you're really thankful for them, because at the end of the day, they help align you better with your heart's purpose. So we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, but then we have the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups upright. So this really feels like this is a heart desire. This isn't just something that maybe intellectually makes a lot of sense to you. It may be starting a hobby that isn't necessarily going to help you profit financially. So in that way, it's not really something super intellectual or anything like that. It could be just a new kind of energy that you're ready to start. And again, it's in alignment with your heart. It's not so much an alignment with the old ways, which is why the Tower is here. Okay, so we have expect powerful change. Yeah, everybody's been getting really big cards on change this month, which I find interesting and exciting. We have self-love, and it did come up in reverse. I don't read these in reverse, but I think this is really important for you. This seems like maybe a lot of energy is coming at you. It may be kind of like overwhelming, but self-love is really important this month because that's going to align you with what you really want, because it kind of seems like a lot of confusion, maybe a lot of input from multiple people. And it's important for you to love yourself so you can be in alignment with your own energy, so you can know what to do to move forward. And that will create this powerful change. The Tower goes right hand in hand with this expect powerful change, because that's exactly what the Tower brings. Then we have secret temptation, being led astray. Yeah, this kind of gives me that vibes of the Ace of Cups. I mean, Ace of Coins in the reverse and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So it could be that some of you might actually feel tempted to cheat, okay? And I don't mean that necessarily romantic, in a romantic way. We're not into the love portion yet. This could be that you're working out really hard and you may have this temptation to like get off track for a week, or you've been doing really great on your diet, but you are tempted to just eat junk food for the weekend, which can throw you off. Whatever this is, it's a temptation that's going to lead you away, lead you astray, and lead you away from where this change that you're ready to enact, which is why maybe the Tower is here. Then we have Galactic Healer. It's funny, these cards really look like they go together, don't they? Move forward with an open mind. So whatever you're creating is interesting. This is like the mind is closed off. This mind is very open. So it's like if you're going to be, you might be tempted to be led back to your old ways, but this Galactic Healer is saying move forward with an open mind, to don't go back to the old ways. Allow this change to happen. Love yourself and to do things that are in alignment with your self-love. Don't be so caught up in everybody else's energy and what they expect of you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the love portion of this reading. So again, this reading, my readings are very intuitive this month. I'm just kind of pulling whatever cards I feel drawn to. So I'm going straight to these Dream Virtue cards. Romance Angels, and I'm going to pick 3. We have Retreat in the reverse. It's time to disconnect from the world, but it is in the reverse. We have Codependency. Addictions are affecting your relationship, and affecting your romantic life. And then we have Give Your Relationship a Chance in the reverse. Wow. So a lot of you are in a relationship that isn't in alignment with who you really are, or it's not in alignment with what you want, rather, because I do believe that you can manifest whatever relationship you want with the person you want, because we live in a multi-dimensional universe. There are infinite realities, and so there are realities where this person is aligned with you, but you may really need to be taking some space. This doesn't necessarily mean physical space. It could be that, just obviously not talking so much to your partner, or just a full-on break. It's obviously going to be different for other people. If you're single, these are the issues as to why maybe you're not calling in someone right now. You need to take time for yourself. Again, self-love came up at the beginning. You may have some codependency issues from past relationships. This could be addictions of any kind, but a lot of times just depending on somebody else for your personal happiness. Again, goes back to self-love. And that's why I feel like this Give Your Relationship a Chance is in the reverse, because you really need to be focusing on yourself this month. This doesn't mean that you need to ignore your partner or anything like that if you're in a relationship, but this is definitely a time for you to align with yourself, because I promise you can come out on the other side with a much better relationship if you take care of yourself and you don't sacrifice yourself for someone else, okay? So then we have, I don't read these in reverse. Activated Earth, Power Places, Ley Lines, Trust where you are led. And that's really the main message I'm really getting from this. So trust where you're led. Understand that whatever's happening is Oops, that one really wanted to come out. I wasn't gonna, oops, that one really wanted to come out. Okay, interesting. So I'm going to read these together. So again, trust where you're led. And then we have retreat, which is interesting because you would go on a retreat to be led somewhere. And it's in the reverse. So it's kind of saying like, don't try to control the flow of this relationship. Understand that it's going to happen in a way that actually makes sense, but it's more surrendering to the flow of it. As long as you love yourself and you work on these other issues, you need to trust where you're being led in the relationship to someone else, whatever. Then we have codependency, and then this is really interesting to get this on top of it. Align your life. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? This is saying addictions are affecting your romantic life. Whatever's going on here needs to be cut out because it's not part of loving yourself. Whatever it is, it's going to be different for every person listening to this, but you're fragmented because of this. And how are you supposed to line up with your person if you're codependent on them, if you have all these addictions, if you can't be real with yourself, you can't be fully vulnerable with your partner? So with give your relationship a chance, we have warrior woman. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? So I have a feeling some of you are just not, this relationship just isn't in alignment with who you really are, and you're ready to move on. This is not going to be for all of you, but it may be for some of you. For others, it's just saying that you are settling mainly with yourself. Yeah, it's going to be reflected in your partner, but more than anything, this is settling in your own energy, that you're just kind of allowing yourself to stay in a relationship that, and I don't mean to break up, but I mean stay in an energy where you're not taking care of yourself properly. So you have to be like strong and courageous, one, to even identify what it is that is no longer in alignment with you. So what's going on with Leo in September? What's going on with the love energy? So I feel like, yeah, I need to build off of all these again. So the first one we have the Six of Cups, which is really beautiful. So I feel like you need to retreat back into old memories. If you've experienced really positive things with this person, remember why you're in love with them. And if you're not, like you're single, then remember times in the past where you felt loved, and call that energy in, and it will help lead you to where you're meant to be. This could also be about healing childhood wounds, or even just focusing on childhood, maybe even the positives from childhood, because we do have this upright. So judgment in reverse. So all of this really makes sense. When judgment's in the reverse, it's like you're misaligned, and then we have a line. You're not in alignment. You don't have the proper judgment on what's happening in this relationship because you're seeing things from a small perspective. You're like these people down here rather than this, giant angel up in the clouds that is able to see the full perspective. There's misjudgment here, and that's because of the codependency and the unalignment, the misalignment, whatever that word is. And then we have 10 of Wands. Yeah, it really seems like you are just overburdened. You've reached like the end of what you feel like you can handle. But I'd really like to focus on some more positives. I mean, this isn't like completely negative. It just seems like it's tough. So I think a lot of you are going through really hard times, and I feel for you. But understand that, you're like the solutions lie within you. Okay, so these are ways that can help you. These are love cards. So 4 of them came out. So these are ways to align yourself with love. Be in the present, dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. So this to me is such a law of attraction card. This is what I feel like is really necessary for you. Dream of, it's interesting because this just kind of, I find this really interesting. So we have the 6 of Cups, trust where you're led. So 6 of Cups is often about the past, okay? Fond memories. Trust where you're led, retreat. So this is all about moving forward. And then we have be in the present and dream of the future. So time is a really big thing right here. You have to accept what your current situation is, what your current energy is, what's currently happening, but dream that something better can come, whether it's from your person and you aligning up and being happy together, or someone else coming along. Listen with your heart. You're listening to what is being said to you, but you need to listen with a loving heart. So yeah, this is either needing to listen to yourself and your intuition, but I think for more of you, it's about listening to your partner, because we have this misjudgment here. I don't think that you're necessarily seeing things for how they truly are, because you're not completely aligned. There's some triggers there, some trauma there that needs to be healed. So listen to what your partner has to say. And again, listen with your heart. Don't just listen to the words. Open up your heart space and empathize with them. Think about things from their perspective. Like attracts like. Wow. So this, again, is a law of attraction card. If you're longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. So this is in every aspect. Wow, this is really interesting. Look, it's like a smaller and smaller version of this girl. Is that like a bouquet? I don't know. It's really interesting. This is Josephine Wall's art is absolutely gorgeous. But yes, the more love you give, the more you can receive it. Again, we had self-love at the beginning, so love yourself. That's so important, to love yourself. So that way you can attract that into your life, whether, again, from this partner or another partner, or your crush, your situationship, whatever it is. Be authentic to who you are. You're being asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. And you know what? That's what this whole reading has really felt like, from the general reading to the love reading. This is about finding your authenticity. So it's really appropriate that we do end on this. More than anything, if you feel really confused and this feels really overwhelming, the bottom line is that you need to be authentic to who you are, to your true goals, your true motivations, what you really want. You know, not settling, but being empathetic to your person, using law of attraction. There's so many ways to get what you want. Like attracts like, remember that. So I do find this really interesting to end on. We have 1 and 2. So this is a progression from 1 and 2. So it's like, if you listen and you empathize with your person or with anyone, that is going to help you attract more. That is a part of love. So then we have 40 and 39, which I find interesting. So this is kind of like be in the present, dream of the future. And then it's a downward slide to be authentic to who you are. So this feels like this comes before this, meaning, sorry if this is kind of strange and esoteric, but this is what really clicked in my mind. Your authenticity is what you're born with, like your soul, why you came to this planet. And it comes before even the present moment. It's like this is a part of who you are. So it's a rediscovery of who you are. We had the 6 of Cups. So this could be, you know, your childhood could hold a lot of the answers to who you are. But it's really important that you start digging into that in order to align with your true self. Okay, so I hope that this helped. I hope that it resonated. If this was a reading that you enjoyed, please hit like, comment, and also subscribe. Also tap the notification bell, because it will tell you when I do post new videos. Again, if you're interested in a private reading, that information is down below. Also, you might want to check out your moon, rising, and Venus for a more complete description of the month. But of course, those will be uploaded as the month goes on, or sorry, as the next week goes on. And yeah, that's it, guys. I love you.